All right, hello and welcome to I think this is day five of my LSAT. Yeah, this is day five. This is Friday. So, day five of my LSAT prep vlog. Thank you for coming back and watching. This is hopefully helpful for you. Definitely helpful for me. I'm a verbal processor. If you're first time, my name's Tony, and I sold a business in Seattle, Washington, and now I'm working on becoming a lawyer. So I'm finishing up some undergrad requirements that I need to do in order to be eligible for for law school, and hope to apply for law school for 2022 fall term um, to enroll then. I am studying for the LSAT now. My schedule is that I will take this LSAT in August and be turning in applications in September. Or if I have to take it in October, I'll do that as well. And then if I don't do as well as I need to on the August test, then I'll take it in October and just turn in my applications a little later than I was hoping to. So I've given myself a little bit of leeway, not as much as I would like. I'd like to have a little bit more time ahead. I'd like to even have had the opportunity to take a test before the applications were due, take it twice basically before the applications were due, just to give me a little time. But pressure is not a bad thing. Sometimes that makes you do better because you're kind of under the gun. So I started this vlog thinking about which LSAT prep course I would use. The first there were four, and I wound up with two finalists. The two finalists were LSAT Max and Blueprint for LSAT. Blueprint for LSAT I had used to do cold score tests. Kind of, they weren't really cold scores because they weren't under test conditions. So I had an account there and thought, maybe I'll use them. But after all the evaluation I did, LSAT Max became the one that I liked. Kind of what put me over the edge was their 50% military discount. I'm not military, but I respect the military highly. I have lots of family in the military. So all that to say, here we are, day five. This is all the different subjects that you do, and they go all the way down here. Don't scratch the doorbuster. It's my dog, our family dog. Okay, here I'll show you. I'll meet you up with him real quick. Buster, say hi. This is Buster. He's a Havanese. He's a good doggy. Good boy. Okay, so yesterday I was scheduled to do. Just blow this up a little bit. Yesterday I'm kind of on this week right here. So yesterday I was scheduled to do intro to reading comp and timing, and I had a little bit extra time, so I actually went on to main point questions. And so the intro to reading comp is a short blurb, and I think they have it in audio form too, so you can kind of read along and listen. That helps me a lot. So then reading comprehension is kind of addressed again in their timing section. So they have a kind of a little write up again on timing, and they have audio. Then the important part is this podcast up here, which I took notes on, and I'll share those here, bring those over on my screen. The main thing with timing was timing, obviously. So they gave lots of points in their podcast, just introducing you to the idea of how to address timing while you're taking this test, because it's not just a test of skill in logical reasoning. It's also it also tests your ability to use strategies, because the LSAT apparently, or LSAC, who write the test, apparently know that the test is not finishable by most people. So they know that most people will not finish the test. So they're depending on you, or they're testing your ability to strategize in that case. Since you know you're not going to finish, how are you going to strategize? And so they give you several strategies here on how to deal with that. starting with things like number 2 is an interesting one, noting that logical reasoning has really hard questions around numbers 18 to 22. Really, really great points. They encourage you on logical reasoning to consider how you work to prioritize questions accordingly. They tell you to skip question types that you struggle with, because you basically get the low-hanging fruit. Go through the questions that kind of immediately make sense to you. Take enough tests where you know the kind of questions that you're familiar with, things that you're comfortable with. Do those questions first, flag the others, and come back to them. And they say that you should definitely guess before you move on, because you probably it may be unlikely that you get a chance at it again. They say that 1 to 10 are usually easy, so you should at least attempt all of them. Skip on subject matter, language difficulty, and if you skip a question, so again, guessing. So they tell you to take 2 passes at a passage and the answer choices, and then move on. They say that for reading comprehension, they switched over to that. They talk about the first 2 are usually straightforward. Do the hardest section first in order to distribute your mental resources among the questions. Basically, what they're saying is that it's a hard test. It's going to tax you mentally. You should do the harder questions first, because if you do the harder questions last, then you're going to already spend some of your mental resources by the time you get there. And so they give you timing allotment suggestions here, and they just go through it. It's great information. So great information on timing. That was very helpful in strategizing how you might want to take the test. And so after I was done with that, that actually was the last thing I was scheduled for, but I have more time, so I'm done to this main point section. And that is located here. So they, again, give you a video, and on this one, they give you a strategy. You know, they tell you 2 requirements. You need to find, there always must be true questions, and you got to find the main point. So this first question was a really easy one. If I blow it up, you'll be able to see here that this Thomas must have seen it was the main conclusion, and it's pretty much verbatim here in answer choice C. So answer choice C was the correct answer, and it was verbatim the conclusion. So that is the main point. It was good that they made the first one easy, and they made him progressively harder so that you could kind of practice along with him, applying the principles that they give you. And here's their different sections over here. They kind of divide up the video so you can jump around if you want. Okay, so then you go to the main point questions, and you can see they have an automatic timer here. It doesn't switch over, it just kind of goes to 1 minute and 24 seconds. Because I assume, I didn't hear that anywhere, but I assume that's how much time you want to be spending on each logical reasoning question. So you can see, if I move myself here a little bit, you can see I got numbers 2 and 21 wrong. Now, this just basically says, okay, I can do these questions if given enough time. Some of them I spent lots of time on. Some of them, I think maybe 2 or 3 of them, I actually finished them, you know, within the 1 minute and 24 seconds, but most of them I did not. So if we were to look at the my results of this main point question type, you can see 93%. Now, it does not record your time. I kind of wish that they did record how much time it took you to do each question. That would allow you to really know which ones you're struggling with, because I got most all of these right except for 2 of them, and it makes it difficult for me to focus in on my main point questions if I don't know which, you know, how much time I took on each. So if you look at that stat in comparison with my actual diagnostic review, you can see main point, I only got 1 out of 3 of them correct, probably didn't answer 2 of them. And so, you know, there's a significant jump. You can see here at 56 and 48% on my logical reasoning. Over here, that's my diagnostic test results. If we look at the let's see here. That was a bug I found too. The sessions here, they show the wrong dates, so I don't know what that's all about. But if we review the previous sessions, we can see there were two logical reasoning. I think they were these middle ones. And so you can see that, let me just see if this is logical reasoning or not. Yeah, these are logical reasoning questions. So you can see that I did not finish 7 out of 25 and 4 out of 25. So I believe 7 out of 25 is something like 28%. So I didn't even get a chance at 20% of them. And this one on the 20% area, 4 out of 25, something like that. So you can see that I do a lot better on these if I have the ability to take time, as any of us would. So what my summary of that is that, you know, I believe that I have a jump here just based on their teaching, their principles. I don't know how much of a jump that is because I didn't do it under timed conditions. If I had done it under timed conditions, there's an extra 5 questions here, so you know, I probably still wouldn't have finished the section, and probably would have ended up with like a 70 or a 60%. So maybe there was a few points of jump there. So that's my main takeaway from yesterday's studies, is that we had some good pointers on timing, and then we jumped right into main point questions. And today I'm going to do argument structure and sufficient and necessary conditions if I can. I'm going to just start plugging through this. I've got online courses going at Bushnell University, but this is a light load, and I did my work already for that for this week. So I'm going to just jump right in, and thanks again for watching. If there's anything that I missed or that you'd like me to talk about in future videos, please let me know in the comments, and appreciate your attention. Have a great day.